Hi, Jason. I'm going to do your 15-minute reading now. So you've got two simple questions. You want some insight on the direction of your life purpose, and you'd like to connect with your spirit guides. So I'm just going to relax here, and we'll see what comes, okay? So life purpose and spirit guides, okay. Okay, so they're showing me some white flowers, and there's a little bell that I hear ringing. There is the opening of a scene. There seems to be a pure white church and some green grass. Everything is really clean. It feels like a really good a town where it's just a community. It feels really positive when I look at everything. There's just so much cleanness, and the white is just so white. There's no dirt on it. I feel like I'm really high up. I feel like I'm an angel of heavenly light, white light. I'm trying to soar down. I can't reach the church. I'm trying to swirl down. I'm not getting anywhere. There's the ringing of a bell. I see what is sort of a frosted, so you have like a evergreen, like your Christmas tree, right? And sort of the frosted tips is what this looks like, or perfectly snow coated, but it's more like, it looks kind of like frosting. It's not like wet, cold water or something. It almost looks like sugar coated. I'm thinking of like gingerbread houses, like perfect ones, made to be like on display at Christmas time. Everything just feels really exciting. It's like some child's like dream of a perfect world, or like Christmas, and I don't know, everything is so clean and it's exciting. There's something really clean, and it just feels perfect for some reason. So I'm excited about the sound of the bell. I'm excited about the clean white color. I'm excited about the perfect green grass. I'm excited about the gingerbread house that's perfect. The frosting is on there perfectly. The little sort of gumballs or whatever, everything is on there perfectly. Just perfect. I don't know, it's just so delightful. The perfectness of it all is so delightful. I want it. I want to eat it. I want to enjoy it. I want to celebrate in it. I just feel surrounded like perfectness. It's strange, you know? It's like, this is the type of perfectness that feels so right. It's not the type of perfectness that's like behind the scenes. There is dun, dun, dun. It's not showing me that right now. It's just showing me like, oh, I'm so excited. It's interesting because this angel is trying to interact with the church, cannot get to it. But this bell ringing is delightful. The the tip to the tree, Christmas tree, sort of delightful, the sugar coating. Let's see what else. There's some kind of car driving. It seems to be driving straight down, like vertically, but the road seems to be morphed in like a really weird way, and gravity doesn't really work the same, so it can just drive straight down and not fall down. It's just driving straight down, and then it's sort of able to drive on sideways, and just the road is really morphed and weird. I'm driving on the lines of my hand. I'm driving on the lines of destiny. I'm driving on the lines of something else. It's unnatural the way the car is driving along the road, but it is successful in its drive. I'm using a shifter that is attached to the steering wheel. It's not like attached down, it's not down there. It's on the side, like the side of a steering wheel. I'm stopping, I'm reversing. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get out of town. I can't get out fast enough. It's like the zombie apocalypse is coming and I cannot get out fast enough. As I'm driving out, nobody else is driving. Nobody's even in their car. All the houses are perfect. All of the trees are perfect. All the bushes are perfect. The grasses are all perfectly trimmed. There isn't one thing out of alignment, but you can't get out of here fast enough. Literally, the car and the man driving it is like straight out of Gremlins. It's like the guy with the little gizmo, you know, the very first Gremlins ever. It looks just like him. It looks just like his car. He's like trying to get out of town as fast as he can go. even in the process, he's backing into the car behind him, and he's just like he just keeps moving this, jerking this thing, and then just trying to get out. He's not very successful in getting back into the road and driving. He desperately wants out. The more he tries to get out, the cars that are, he's sort of parallel parked here on the side, and the cars that are like in one on behind and one in front are getting closer and closer to his car, and so he can't actually get out now. He's stuck. He's just like, oh, he just feels overwhelmed. Oh, hold on a second. Okay, back on the scene here. So I'm just watching him. He's totally frustrated. He's now stopping, and he's sitting in his car. He's taking a deep breath. He feels defeated. But there's something important in this, because by stopping and slowing down his motivations, he's actually able to get far more clarity and to see something broader. I mean, he's almost like in a panic attack trying to leave, and there's not a lot of understanding. There's no zombie apocalypse. There's nothing creepy behind the scenes, and he's starting to come to terms with the place around him. He's looking around. He's thinking about everything. It just feels like he's gaining more clarity through patience, through the act of patience and being forced into a stop, a complete standstill. Life not allowing him to be successful in this departure. And so now he is looking around and thinking about everything. It's sort of like one of those moments in life where life just gets really kind of overwhelming, and it just drives you to a really high stress level, and you're just like, I stop everything, and you just walk out of work. You just need a break, or you need the rest of the day off. You just drive to a nature place, and then you just stare off into the horizon, and you just think about everything going on in your life, like a big poof of, all this is sort of coming out of your thoughts, and you're just thinking through everything, and you're seeming to find a way to make sense of it all through the act of just patience. He feels very frustrated. The cars are still getting closer to his vehicle, and he doesn't want to give up leaving, but he can't leave. He can't even push the cars out of the way. They're just glued to the ground. His car won't even push them out of the way. They're showing me how he feels like sort of a puppet in a big dollhouse or something. He's like a doll in a dollhouse. And they're showing me that he feels really small, and the world around him is big, but he could be played with by a child that is much bigger than all of this. And everything just seems so fake. Not real. I mean, he's turning into just a piece of plastic, and I'm able to sort of move him around the place if I wanted to. They could even, a bigger person, a real child or whatever, could even take the scene and turn it upside down and dump out all the all the people from the houses and all the cars and everything. If they just dump it all out, there's some bigger thing in control of this whole scene. Something that is bigger than you. Something that is so much bigger than you, but yet it's a childlike innocence about them. But they don't have any reverence or respect for the dolls or the people in their play world. They're just playing with them however they choose. It feels wrong. So I'm just going to slow down and we'll see what else. I wanting to give you your heart back. I literally am wanting to give you a heart in your chest so your heart can beat and you can come back to life again. Some new inspirations to help you on your journey. to help you leave this scene of experience and move on to something else, something new. Sometimes they show me a man that's feet kind of could trip over each other. And frustration from that. There is a hand here helping me up when I fall down. This hand comes from the blue light. He's coated in blue color. His face and everything about him is in blue. He sort of has a... he kind of looks like Darth Vader. Like, you take off the helmet and inside there's like a guy with a peanut head, and the most evil guy in the universe looks like this. You don't expect him to look like some old school monk or something. He kind of looks like that. He's got like just a rounded head like this and no hair at all, and his skin is sort of got some different folds or like a dent in his head or whatever. It's not perfectly rounded though. And it's sort of, his skin is white, but everything is in a blue light or blue hue. So he's coming from blue. His head is coming out from inside of him, like here. I'm not going to lie, they keep showing me the image of the disturbed disc where the disturbed guy's head is coming out of a vagina, like he's being the one born or whatever. There's something odd about that. I don't know if you have like Disturbed or what, but it's something about birthing new. And there's something about the way this man looks too. It's a positive. Everything about this is all positive here. He's asking me, what does the blue light mean to you? And I'm thinking about what this light means to me. Blue could mean all kinds of things, but I'm examining what this version of blue light means to me, what he means in the blue light to me. So let me see. I'm walking into it. I say sometimes I feel uncomfortable because I don't know who you are, and I don't exactly know what this blue light means to me. The scene was very disappointing in the end, and I want to make sure that you are sharing love and healing. He says, is that why I remind you of Darth Vader? Because you're not sure about me. I say, no, you just kind of look like him. There's something positive about that. I'm touching his attire. There's something like kind of like a monk's outfit, but he's wearing, it's kind of a reddish color to it. It's not red though. It's more like a lighter red, I guess. A red brown or something. But it's more red than brown, and it's not a scarlet red by any means. It's woven. It's like a woven sack that has green in it. That's what it looks like it's made out of. But he's still in this blue light too. But I'm touching his outfit. I'm able to see more color associated with him. He keeps showing me other things, something like the monk's, sort of something about having a bald spot there. He still looks like the same face, but this time it has more hair and then a bald spot here. There's a reason I saw it the way I did in the first place. There's always a reason for everything. There's sort of a feeling of uncertainty or disconnect. A feeling of I want to trust, but I don't know how to yet. I say, I'm going to choose to trust you. There's a reason for everything. Now, I'm sitting in the car and I can't seem to get out. What do you have to share with me about this? What do you have to share with me about this whole scene? I want my heart back. I want to feel like I'm alive in a world that is a reflection of myself. I say, I trust you to show me higher wisdom associated with this. The reason I trust you is because my intentions are pure and loving, and I know heaven will reflect my intentions back to me through spirit. He's showing me an image of Darth Vader now, walking towards me. I walk towards Darth Vader. I don't feel any disagreeable sensation. There's something so dark about his uniform and the way he approaches me. But I do not approach him with fear. I approach him honestly, with a genuine exploration of something better or something more. They're saying, are you exploring a relationship with a darker reflection? I'm saying he's not dark. He's wearing a costume. Underneath it is actually a very loving man. It's only doing it to try and see if I know how to see the truth underneath the costume. I say, I know exactly who this is. This is not an evil man at all. This is actually a very loving man. You can tell because you can feel it in your heart. And you know evil from good by the way that it feels in your heart. Good, angelic beings, extraordinary spirits, extraordinary heavenly reflections can approach you in costumes to see if you will be superficial about how you examine them, or if you'll look into their heart or not. And you always look into their heart. Even demonic forms will come as really beautiful reflections, but you know better. You know better because you're not looking at them for their appearance. You're actually looking into their heart. You then close your eyes and then you just feel what they feel like. It doesn't matter what they look like. All that matters is what they feel like inside their heart. It's important that you know that. It has to do with the scenes too. Seeing this perfect scene, right? It's perfect. Everything felt awesome about perfect. I'm not going to lie. I was like, whoa, I like this. I don't care that there's something not right about it because it's too perfect, but I felt so good. But they're talking about looking inside and finding the deeper meaning that's not on the surface, and then going in and feeling it with your heart. But this has some sort of spiritual message for you. I mean, we all know this, but this story is very specific to what you're looking for and how you feel about life and your thoughts and feelings about society or spirit realm or anything like that. So I'm saying you can remove your costume now. I know who you are. He's not removing it. I'm just looking through the costume to see who's on the inside. Is glowing with love on the inside. Now the costume just falls off because what is inside is energy. And it wasn't a physical body, so to speak. So now it just falls to the ground like nothing was inside it. And now it's just a light of energy. And there's a tiny little blue sort of energy on the inside. And then what comes out is just white light sort of spreading outward. And so it's just a tiny little light. It's like just a couple inches tall, like a fairy or something. And so So they're saying, so a fairy was inside Darth Vader's costume. I say, yes, a fairy was. Fairy was inside of this version of Darth Vader's costume is. Now they're asking me, what does this fairy mean to you? It means love to me. Pure love that you find on the inside. Not what you find from observing the outside, but what you find on the inside. When you see what it truly is. Who and what it truly is, you find then love. This monk version of a man, this tiny fairy, this blue light as well, all are representations of you. Spiritual reflections of you. These reflections are important. Life purpose has something to do with seeing what is the truth underneath the falseness of the reality. So you have a superficial layer, right? Being able to see inside and see what is actually truly there, knowing what is truly there, and then developing spiritual trust as well. They're waiting for you to welcome them into your life. They are very loving. I'm supposed to indicate this fairy is absolutely one of your spirit guides. This monk man, also one of your spirit guides. This monk has to do with translation of wisdom that comes from a higher realm. It's, you don't have to associate him with Christianity or anything. It's more about, it has to do with being able to translate purity or truth or heart as something having to do with that. This fairy is just pure love. That's the only way I can define the way the fairy feels to me. If you could just feel pure love in your heart, that would be this fairy. That is all. It's just pure warmth and heart energy is the only way I could define the fairy. The blue light is also really important for you to have an awareness of. It seems to create the hue, right, of blue, but underneath it are all the other colors. I'm still looking at what it means to me. I'm interacting with it in different ways. You know, I'm going to have to let you decide what it means to you. It's blue light. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to share this. This is your reading. I'm be curious to see what it means to you. Thank you for this experience. So, and thank you too for your willingness to share this work of mine openly on YouTube so we can all learn from it. And for those of you watching, if you're interested in a psychic reading, spiritual healing with me, please visit my website at abbynormalswisdomquest.com. Thank you for watching.